Hey guys, this is Allison Beecroft and I'm submitting my video reviewing the lesson that I have planned for my students. I designed this specifically for one student, but I feel like it could help most of my students to review this. So I will probably use the plural form throughout this video. So here's the first section of my board. It's our do now section. This is what they will do as soon as they come in. I also have all the papers that they will need for today shown up here in order that we will do them. So they will pick these up as they come in. They're shown here. These are my essential questions. These are required by my school district or my school to have on the board. This just kind of lets the students know, like, hey, what's the point in this? What are we going to be able to know or be able to answer at the end of this? So how can parts of speech change the way we read? It just kind of training their brain to look at the sentence that they're reading and like pick it apart. How can knowing parts of speech change my writing? Well, if they know what an adverb is or know what an adjective is, then obviously their writing could get better because they'll know how to make it a little more flowery. How can knowing the parts of speech help me determine the meaning of unknown words? If they know how that word is functioning within that sentence or in that passage, then that will help them be able to determine kind of, okay, so I know this word is a verb. I need to think about what this word might mean, or look, close by it to find another verb or something else that it could be meaning. This is our agenda, so this is what we will do throughout the lesson. They'll have 7 minutes to complete their do now. We will then review the chart here, go over it. The ones that I have worksheets for, we'll go over that day. Next is the noun sheet. So I will review the top part with them, the example, and then they will do those 12 questions independently. Next, we'll move on to adjectives. We'll review that top part as well, all the examples, and then they'll complete the 17 questions on their own. Pronouns, the same thing. We will review that top part, and then they will independently complete those 12. Verbs are next. We'll review the top. They'll complete those 9 questions. And then finally, adverbs. There's a few more adverbs there, so they'll complete those 20 after we review the top. They'll have approximately 15 minutes to complete each of the worksheets on their own. Of course, if I notice that they're finishing quicker, I will move them along. And then I have their exit ticket posted. These are supposed to take no more than 5 to 6 minutes at the end of class. So I want them to answer the question, why are parts of speech important? Just to see what their thoughts are so far. And then I want them to break apart that sentence, label the noun, the verb, the adverb, and things like that. Some of the parts that I don't have listed, I feel like they struggle with prepositions and conjunctions the most. So I do break those into another unit kind of by themselves after we've mastered nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, pronouns, because those are the more commonly seen ones. They see prepositions all the time, but they don't necessarily know how to pick them out. And I feel like those are a little harder for them to get. So we start with the basics: nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, and then we move along. I chose this for my student because I feel like we need to start with the basics. The student that in question is at a lower level. So if we start lower and build him up, then I have a better chance of getting him to a higher level. But I do think that this is something that every student needs to know, and every student should be reviewed on, because if you went over in elementary school and you get to me and you're in high school, more than likely you've forgotten most of it. So I do really like this lesson, and I am excited to be able to give it to my students and kind of be able to track where they are over the next few weeks and see how it has helped them.